With the Overkill developer update last week confirming that update 200 for Payday 2 would contain INFAMY 3.0, a lot of people have been speculating as to what kind of reward system we could be looking at in the INFAMY 3.0 system, what kind of things we could get in return for getting more INFAMY levels in the game. And so today I'm going to be discussing some of these theories and picking out the ones I think are the most accurate for the INFAMY 3.0 update, which hopefully will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. But before we roll the intro very quickly for about 15 seconds, I'd like to just let you all know that it's worth checking out the description of my videos, as there are a lot of social links in there that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. You can follow me on Twitter, on my Twitch page, you can join my Discord server, and much more, including my Patreon page, which has had a complete overhaul with a bunch more rewards, but I'll talk about those in detail at the end of the video. If you want to check out any of those, links are in the description, but as I've said, let's get right into the INFAMY 3.0 theory discussion and start by rolling the intro. So I've been giving a bit of thought towards INFAMY 3.0 over the last few days since this confirmation. I've been trying to draft up the best ideas, I think personally, for what rewards we could get for the INFAMY 3.0 system. And before anyone says it in the comment section, because I know it's going to be coming, I don't know what's coming in INFAMY 3.0, I have no idea. I know people will think because I'm a partner I know. I have to specify this a lot, but I don't get the information for these kind of things that far in advance. Right now, I'm as much in the dark as anyone else. But I saw a lot of people leaving comments in the last video about things they'd like to see in INFAMY 3.0, and I've got my own ideas as well. And I'll also give a bit of credit to Marion Top Hat. You might know him, he's a streamer. He's done a lot of cool stuff over the years, especially for Payday, and he gave me a few ideas too, so thanks to him for talking it through with me, because I appreciate it. Being able to bounce some ideas off somebody. But much like some of my other organised videos, I'm going to break this down into categories, so let's roll my first potential idea for INFAMY 3.0 rewards. I think we can all agree that masks are a pretty safe bet for rewards for INFAMY 3.0, as if we look at the infamy grid for INFAMY 2.0, there are several infamous masks you can gain for reaching certain levels of infamy. And amongst those masks, there are quite a few cool ones. I'm personally a very big fan of Demon Shank and Venger. I think both of those are very cool masks. But there's plenty of cool designs in there, and actually if you look at the Silk Road DLC, we've actually not had many masks released in the game since Payday 2 came back into development. In fact, the only mask I can remember off the top of my head that we've had in Silk Road is the sombrero from the San Martin bank heist. Masks are one of the most unique parts of Payday 2 for customization, and it's definitely the best way to make your character unique beyond using different outfits and gloves. And I don't know about you guys, but I've really noticed over the last year that there hasn't been a great deal of masks, and it'd be nice for that to change in this update. And so personally, some masks in the reward tiers for INFAMY 3.0 would be something very cool, and I think it's probably something that's quite likely. Next up, let's focus on something that came in as a result of the Silk Road campaign, that being the ability to customize your outfit, and also more recently, the gloves you're wearing. In a similar way to choosing the right mask for the occasion, now being able to pick your favorite outfit and gloves is something that makes your character a lot more unique and stand out more. And a lot of these outfits and gloves when combined have made some pretty cool looks that are a lot cooler, I reckon, than the base suit design. And for all the outfits that you've been able to buy through the 2 tailor packs, you've actually been able to customize the color scheme of those outfits too, with each of those outfits having several color combinations, and to be honest, for some of them, it's actually quite hard to determine which one's the best. And while I do like what they've done with this system so far, I do personally feel like it could be utilized a little bit more than it already is. Whether it's adding more outfits just on their own or adding more that you can change the color schemes on, I think there's opportunity there for some pretty cool stuff. There was even a post put up on the subreddit a while ago for Payday 2 by Overkill's community manager Elizabeth, asking people for tailor pack ideas. So they're not short of ideas. I think it's really only a question of development for these items. And to be honest, seeing a lot of idea requests being made into actual outfits as infamy rewards would be a pretty cool way to use community feedback in the game. Combined with a whole host of new pairs of gloves, I think you could really get some pretty nifty customization options that you can lock to really high infamy levels so that only the best of the best can get those outfits. It's not something that's pay to win, it's not something that makes the game feel incomplete if you don't have it, but it's something that looks very cool if you are able to get to a high infamy level. Let's talk a bit more now about guns and their customization. Now, I actually saw a few comments in my video suggesting that perhaps they could lock new guns to Infamy tier rewards. So first off, I want to shut that one down. They're not going to put guns in Infamy tier rewards. If they do that, that would get a hell of a lot of complaints. Actually locking a weapon behind an Infamy tier reward, which would be something that potentially would take ages to build up to and get, is a bit too far. But I do think customization options could quite easily be included. Because they've added the weapon color system, weapon skins are no longer in the forefront in the same way they used to be, I don't think personally, but there are some pretty cool weapon skins out there from both Overkill and from community safes. And I'm actually not even sure when the last community safe released, but it'd be nice to see some new community skins being put into the game you could earn through Infamy rewards. But something that might be even easier for Overkill to develop would be to make some more colours and lock them behind Infamy tier rewards in a similar way that they've done with Holdout, where certain colours can only be accessed by playing certain maps of Holdout to certain waves. I'd say they could go for plain colours, but they're beginning to run out of plain colours at this point, so I think really more patterns would be cool, because a lot of people are really enjoying the patterns on the guns, and I think there's a lot of customization there, but there's easily space to add more. In a similar way to earning the Immortal Python for getting 1000 achievements and being able to apply that skin across every gun, you could get something like that where there are more skins like that are maybe gold or metallic or have some kind of cool pattern on them, and you could apply them to any gun provided you've got to a certain level of infamy. So maybe they could do a bronze paint for infamy 300, a silver paint for 400, a gold for 500, or something along those lines. There is definitely a lot of customization options they can implement there to make guns look more unique as a result of getting to very high levels in the infamy system. So while I don't think they'll add more weapons into the game, I think adding more weapon customization options is a pretty safe bet as well. Before we get on to the more miscellaneous things, I do want to touch very briefly on XP boosts, because that was a very important thing in the INFAMY 2.0 grid. Because in the INFAMY 2.0 system, whenever you picked something in that grid, you would gain an XP boost that would apply to all future gameplay. By the time you reach INFAMY 25, you're basically doubling your XP in every heist just from INFAMY boosts. And even though that was fine in itself, I think it's fair to say they cannot carry that on with INFAMY 3.0, because put it this way, you're going to be gaining another 475 INFAMY levels if every single one gave you 5 or 10% more XP. Then by the time you got to INFAMY 500, doing one bank heist would just max you out. So for anyone wondering about that, I personally don't believe that XP boosts will be included. The final category of rewards here that I'd like to discuss is things to make your character even more unique than just changing your masks and your outfits to make you stand out from other players. And I have to give Mario a special mention in particular for this bit, because it was really him that gave a lot of the ideas for this one. But there were a few ideas he came up with that were pretty damn cool, and I wanted to share them in this video. First off, he suggested a potential alternative for the spade icon in front of your infamy Roman numeral. So whereas for anyone who's infamous it's just a spade icon from 1 all the way to 25, change that sign to be something different. Now let's be fair, the most obvious alternatives here are the other 3 card suits. You could change it to a diamond, to a club, or to a heart. I mean, that could be the first set of options. Maybe there could be more custom symbols from there, though. And if each of them were unlocked at a certain infamy, it would make your level stand out even more. Like, oh, it says he's infamy 50, but he's also got the diamond next to his name. That makes it stand out even more than just the number. He also suggested some unique menu poses, which isn't a bad idea at all, because when you think about it, you only gain the menu pose of holding your card once you go infamous, but you can go a lot deeper than that. You can hold the card in different ways. You could hold certain masks or certain guns in a certain way. There could be specific poses locked to certain infamy levels where you have to reach that level to unlock that pose. And they could put some really cool stuff in there that makes you stand out, that is again a reward for really pumping some time into Payday 2. Maybe changing things like the sound when a player joins. You have a special sound when an infamy 500 player joins the lobby. Or to literally word it as Mario put it, something obnoxious that screams, I wasted countless hours on this game. Because that pretty much just sum it up. Once you're infamy 500, you've put a lot of time into Payday 2. So some little rewards like that to kind of make you a bit more grand on your entrance, that'd be a nice idea. I'm sure you can agree there are plenty of options here as to which things will work best for an INFAMY 3.0 system, but these are just a few of the ideas that I've managed to come up with. So first off, some new masks. Second off, some new outfits and gloves for customization. Third off, some new things you can do to your guns, so some new camos, some new skins, or some new patterns to put on them. And then finally, some changes potentially to how your level looks or how you might appear in a lobby. But those, as always, are just my ideas, and I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Do you like or dislike any of the ideas I've talked about here? Have you got something special that I haven't thought of that you'd like to see as an INFAMY 3.0 tier reward? I really do hope that every time we go infamous in this new system there will be something waiting for us, and if that's the case, there are 475 potential rewards awaiting people who choose to continue down this path of going infamous up to 500. So there's plenty of room for ideas and opportunities here that I probably haven't thought of that you might have done. So any ideas you've got, please leave them in the comment section below. It'd be great to hear what you guys think. But either way, we'll have to just wait and see what happens in the INFAMY 3.0 system when it releases, either alongside Silk Road Part 4 in the next couple of weeks, or sometime a little bit further down the line. We'll just have to see when it releases. But as always, that brings an end to this video. So if you have enjoyed it, you know what to do. Make sure to leave a like on the videos. It shows me you enjoy this kind of content and would like to see more. And if you're new around here, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, because it's quick, it's free, and I'll always love you for doing so. As I said at the start of the video, all of my social links are in the description, including my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord server, and additionally the link to my Patreon, which, as I mentioned earlier, I have given a complete overhaul to, and I'd like to just spend a little bit of time very quickly talking about that in more detail. So now, even if you become a patron at the £1 level, you will get your name featured in the outro and description of every video. You'll get a cool role in the Discord server, as well as 48 hours early access to all episodes of my podcast show, The Redcast, with episodes coming out every 2 weeks. You'll also get access to weekly patron updates, where once a week I'll talk about what's coming next for my content, how things have been received in the past, what my plans are going forward, and just generally keeping you in the loop a little bit more than I do in videos and just generally in my Discord server. Upgrade that pledge to £5 and you'll also get a cool £5+ patron role in the Discord server. You'll also get a credit in the pinned comment of every video that I upload on this channel, so you get to see your name featured there there too, as well as a VIP badge next to your name in my Twitch live streams, so you can stand out as a £5 plus patron amidst everyone else in the chat, plus everything else I mentioned in the £1 tier. And finally, for £10 you get all of that, your role upgrades once again to a £10 plus patron role in my Discord server, and on top of all of that, you get to have your own special message in the pinned comment at the bottom of my video, which can shout out your own channel. You can say whatever you want as long as it's nothing offensive or overtly rude. But if you have a Twitch page you want to shout out, if you have a YouTube channel, if there's anything in particular you want to say, you can put it in that pinned comment, and there already are a couple of messages there. And I've even given the tier special names to reflect the INFAMY 3.0 system, so it's kind of poetic that I mentioned it in this video. But either way, that brings an end to my shilling, so thank you all very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, as I've said, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I will see you all next weekend with a brand new video, and throughout the week with more live streams on my Twitch page. That's twitch.tv/RedArcherLive. But until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all next time with a brand new video. Look after yourselves, and take it easy.